ladies and gentlemen, I want you to lean in close because what I'm about to say will set the tone for the next 365 days of your life. 2026 belongs to the focused. Yes, you heard me right. The world will reward those who can lock in, eliminate distractions, and chase the things that truly matter. Too many people wake up every morning with a full schedule, but an empty focus. They're busy, but they're not productive. And productivity without focus. That's just motion. Motion that gets you nowhere. If you want 2026 to be a year of breakthroughs, you must first master the art of concentration. Here's the first truth. Focus multiplies results. If you scatter your energy in 100 directions, you'll get 100 tiny results, none of them life-changing. But if you pour your energy into one goal, one skill, one vision, you'll see exponential growth. Imagine dropping a single drop of water onto a plant every day versus pouring a gallon in one focused stream. The plant that gets the focused gallon grows faster, stronger, and healthier. That's what focus does for your life. Now, let me hit you with a reality check. Most people fail not because they lack talent, resources, or opportunity. They fail because they let distractions run their lives. Social media, endless notifications, other people's opinions, these things steal your focus like thieves in the night. You've got to become ruthless with your attention. Protect it. Guard it. Treat it like the rare and precious resource it is. Because 2026 will not wait for people who are indecisive, scattered, or inconsistent. Let me be real with you. Most people are working harder than ever, grinding, hustling, putting in long hours, yet their results never reflect the effort. Why? Because they're scattered. They're doing too many things at once. They wake up every morning with 100 priorities, 100 urgent tasks. And by the time the day ends, they have nothing meaningful to show for it. Here's the hard truth: effort without focus is wasted energy. Imagine trying to light a fire with a wet match. You can strike it 100 times, but without the right conditions, it's never going to ignite. That's what unfocused work feels like. Constant motion with no ignition. But when you focus, everything changes. Focus multiplies results because it channels your energy in a single direction. When you pour all your resources, your time, attention, and effort into one objective, the impact isn't incremental, it's exponential. You get compounding results that grow faster than anything scattered or half-hearted ever could. Think about a magnifying glass in the sun. Light scattered across the glass does nothing. But when you focus it, the heat becomes intense enough to burn. That's the power of focus. It concentrates what would otherwise be wasted effort into unstoppable energy. Most people underestimate this principle. They think success comes from doing more, from trying to master 10 things at once. But the truth is that mastery is not a function of business. It's a function of relentless focus on one thing until you dominate it. A musician doesn't practice 10 instruments at once and expect to become a virtuoso. A business owner doesn't chase 5 markets at the same time and expect to dominate. No, the focused person picks one goal, one skill, one area of life, and dedicates every ounce of energy to it until results appear. And here's the kicker. When you focus like that, doors begin to open that you didn't even see before. Opportunities show up. People notice. Your environment begins to shift because focus sends a signal to the world that you are serious, that you are committed, that you are not to be taken lightly. Let me hit you with a hook here. The world will pay more attention to a focused person in 1 year than it will to a distracted person in 10 years. The universe responds to concentrated energy. The economy, the marketplace, And even personal relationships recognize who is focused and who is not. That's why the most successful people you see aren't the ones who try a little of everything. They are the ones who zero in on what matters most and do it with laser, like intensity. And here's another truth that will blow your mind. Focus doesn't just improve results, it accelerates your learning. When your attention is scattered, your brain struggles to retain information, your skills develop slowly, and your progress stalls. But when you immerse yourself fully in one subject, one skill, one market, your brain creates patterns, connections, and strategies that multiply your effectiveness. You become smarter, faster, sharper, and unstoppable. I want you to imagine what would happen if you applied this principle in 2026. What could you achieve if you stopped chasing every shiny object, stopped listening to every distraction, and devoted your full energy to the one thing that truly matters? The results would astonish you. Focus is not just a tactic, it's a superpower, a multiplier, a force that transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Every dollar, every minute, every decision becomes exponentially more valuable because it is concentrated. And here's the secret that most people never grasp. You don't have to be more talented, smarter, or luckier. You just have to focus more consistently than everyone else. So I want you to ask yourself right now, what is the one area of your life that deserves your full attention in 2026? What is the one goal that, if you gave it your undivided focus, could change everything? Because let me tell you, focus multiplies results. And the sooner you harness it, the sooner your life will start reflecting the level of effort you've always wished would pay off. It's not complicated. It's not about working harder. It's about working focused. And when you do that, results stop being random. They become inevitable. Most people underestimate how valuable their attention truly is. You can make more money, get more resources, or even gain more opportunities. But if your attention is scattered, none of it matters. Your focus is the currency of success, and how you spend it determines the trajectory of your life. Think about it for a second. Every day, you're bombarded with distractions. Notifications, emails, social media messages, people's opinions, even the endless chatter in your own mind. All of these things are silently robbing you of your most precious asset, your attention. And here's the kicker. The more distractions you let in, the more diluted your results become. It's like pouring water into a cup with holes in it. No matter how much effort you put in, most of it leaks out. Let me hit you with a truth that most people avoid facing. Whoever controls your attention controls your life. If you're constantly pulled in 100 directions, you'll live a life dictated by the whims of others instead of your own vision. And the sad part is, most people don't even realize it. They think being busy equals being productive. But business without focus is just motion. It's the hamster running on a wheel moving fast but going nowhere. The focused person, however, is different. They protect their attention like a lion protects its territory. They recognize that every moment they spend distracted is a moment lost, and they don't allow themselves to be hijacked by meaningless noise. Here's a hook for you. The average person loses hours every day to distractions and never even notices. That's time that could be spent building their future, learning new skills, growing wealth, or improving relationships. Every time you check a notification or give your energy to something irrelevant, you're essentially handing your power over to something that doesn't matter. But when you guard your focus, when you become selective about where you invest your attention, life begins to bend in your favor. Opportunities appear, clarity emerges, and progress accelerates. It's not magic. It's the law of attention. What you focus on grows, and what you neglect diminishes. Let me give you a vivid example. Imagine a laser cutting through steel. It doesn't scatter its energy over a wide area, hoping something will happen. It concentrates all of its power in one exact spot, and what happens? The steel melts, it gives way, and transformation occurs. That's the difference between scattered effort and concentrated attention. That's why protecting your focus is non-negotiable. Every distraction you resist, every unnecessary interruption you eliminate is like sharpening your laser, increasing the force with which you cut through obstacles. Another powerful truth is that distractions are designed to steal not just your time, but your confidence and momentum. They make you feel busy, but at the end of the day, your dreams remain unfulfilled, your goals still distant, and your potential untouched. The focused person doesn't just remove distractions, they also create an environment that amplifies attention. They choose their friends, their routines, their tools, and their surroundings in ways that support their vision. They know that focus isn't a passive state, it's a discipline, a muscle that must be trained and protected. So ask yourself, where is your attention going right now? Who or what is controlling it? And more importantly, what could you achieve if you decided to guard it fiercely and invest it only in things that truly matter? Because here's the reality, the future doesn't belong to the distracted, the scattered, or the indecisive. The future belongs to those who take control of their attention, those who know their worth, and those who focus relentlessly. Every hour, every minute, every second of undivided attention multiplies your results in ways that are invisible today, but undeniable tomorrow. Clarity is the foundation of focus, and without it, all the effort in the world will scatter like leaves in the wind. Most people wake up every day and drift aimlessly, hoping that somehow things will work out. But hope without clarity is nothing more than a fantasy. The focused person, on the other hand, knows exactly what they want, why they want it, and the steps required to get there. They are not swayed by trends, opinions, or distractions because their vision acts like a compass, always pointing them toward their true destination. Here's a hook to consider. If you don't know where you're going, you'll end up wherever the world decides to take you. Clarity gives you control. It transforms ambiguity into action, confusion into strategy, and indecision into momentum. Every goal, every dream, every breakthrough begins with a clear picture in your mind. Without clarity, focus becomes like trying to drive through a foggy night without headlights. You're moving, but you have no direction, no reference points, no way to measure progress. But once clarity enters the equation, your energy is no longer wasted. It becomes targeted, intentional, and effective. The focused individual doesn't spend hours on tasks that don't contribute to their ultimate vision. They know what matters most and ruthlessly prioritize it above all else. And here's the secret most people ignore. Clarity not only illuminates the path forward, it also magnifies your confidence. When you know exactly what you're doing and why you're doing it, hesitation disappears, fear diminishes, and action becomes inevitable. Let me hit you with a reality check. Most people fail not because they lack talent or resources, but because they lack clarity. They're reacting to circumstances instead of creating them. They're letting life happen instead of making life happen. The focused person, however, defines their vision in precise terms. They write down their goals, map out milestones, and outline the daily actions that will move them closer to achievement. They measure everything, adjust when necessary, and maintain an unwavering commitment to their plan. Clarity acts as a filter for decision making. It tells you what deserves your time and attention and what is simply noise. Here's a hook that will hit you hard. If your vision isn't clear, your focus will always be weak. People spend years working hard but achieving little because their energy is diffused across vague ideas and undefined goals. But when you have clarity, even small actions are powerful because they are aligned with a larger, unmistakable purpose. Clarity allows you to say no to what doesn't serve your vision and yes to what propels you forward. It gives you the courage to eliminate distractions and the wisdom to invest your time in high-value activities. Another truth is that clarity is not a one-time exercise, it's a practice. The focused person continually refines their vision, reassesses their goals, and aligns their actions with their evolving priorities. This ongoing clarity keeps them ahead of the curve and immune to the chaos that derails the distracted majority. Imagine the advantage of waking up every day with a crystal clear map of where you're going, knowing which moves will accelerate your progress and which traps to avoid. That is the power of clarity combined with focus. It transforms potential into reality. Ask yourself right now, how clear is your vision for 2026? Can you articulate your goals in precise terms, or are they just vague wishes? The moment you gain clarity, your focus becomes unstoppable. Every action, every decision, every hour of your day becomes a building block toward your ultimate outcome. Clarity is not just a tool, it is the lens through which focus becomes power, momentum, and results. The future belongs to those who define it clearly and pursue it relentlessly. Your life today is a direct reflection of what you focused on yesterday. And if you want to transform your tomorrow, you must first master the art of focus right now. Most people live their lives scattered, reacting to what happens instead of designing the life they want. They complain about circumstances, blame others for their setbacks, and wonder why their dreams remain just that, dreams. But here's the truth that will change everything. Where your focus goes, your energy flows, and what you feed grows. If you feed fear, doubt, and distraction, that's exactly what multiplies in your life. But if you feed vision, purpose, and action, your results grow exponentially. This is not theory. It is a law that governs every human being who ever achieved greatness. Let me give you a hook that will hit you hard. The life you are living right now is proof of your past focus. Every missed opportunity, every unfulfilled goal, every plateau in growth is a reflection of where your attention was yesterday, last week, last year. And the powerful part is, this works both ways. You can change your trajectory by changing your focus today. Focus is not passive, it is an act of creation. It determines what you notice, what you act upon, and what results you generate. The distracted person waits for life to happen, hoping circumstances will align in their favor. The focused person, however, commands life to bend toward their vision because they choose where their attention and energy go with deliberate intent. Here's another truth you need to understand. Focus is the bridge between desire and reality. Without it, dreams remain unmanifested, ideas remain unexecuted, and potential stays untapped. The focused individual doesn't let thoughts wander aimlessly or energy dissipate on trivial matters. They know exactly what matters most, and they direct all resources toward that single target until results become inevitable. And here's the kicker. The more focused you become, the easier it is to recognize distractions. You start saying no without guilt, because every moment spent on what doesn't matter is a moment stolen from what truly does. Most people underestimate the compounding power of focused energy. Think about it. If you invest a small amount of attention in something every day without focus, progress is slow, inconsistent, and often discouraging. But when you focus relentlessly on one goal, one vision, one purpose, every action compounds on the last, and momentum begins to build. Momentum is a force that propels you forward faster than you ever imagined. And here's a hook you need to internalize. Distraction is the silent thief of momentum. The moment your attention scatters, progress slows, opportunities slip away, and your results stagnate. Protect your focus like a lion protects its territory, because every ounce of energy redirected toward the wrong thing is a lost chance at greatness. Your environment and associations also play a huge role in what you focus on. If you surround yourself with distractions, negative people, and chaos, your attention will be hijacked constantly. The focused person, however, curates their surroundings to amplify attention. They create systems, routines, and relationships that support their goals, knowing that focus is not just an internal choice, it is an external strategy. And here's the most important hook. Your future self is a reflection of your present focus. Every decision you make, every distraction you resist, every moment you give to your vision today compounds into the reality you will experience tomorrow. So ask yourself, what have you been focusing on? Where is your attention going? And does it serve the life you truly want? Because if your focus changes, your results will change. Your growth, wealth, relationships, and impact are directly tied to what you choose to give your undivided attention to. This is not luck. This is not chance. This is the law of focus in action, and it rewards those who understand it, practice it, and protect it relentlessly. Action without focus is like trying to drive a car with no destination in mind. You may move, you may put in effort, but you will never arrive at the results you want. Most people confuse activity with progress, thinking that if they are busy enough, success will find them. But here's the truth, that most never understand execution beats intention every single time. You can have brilliant ideas, a clear vision, and detailed plans, but if you do not act with consistent focus, those ideas will remain nothing more than dreams. The focused individual understands that results are not created by wishful thinking. They are created by discipline. Relentless action aligned with a clear purpose. Let me hit you with a hook. The market does not reward people who think, dream, or plan without execution. It rewards those who focus their energy on what matters and take decisive steps day after day until momentum builds. Action magnified by focus produces a force so powerful that it breaks through obstacles others would surrender to. Every step taken in alignment with your vision compounds over time. Small intentional actions add up, and the focused person knows that even the tiniest step forward is more valuable than hours of unfocused effort. That is why execution is the currency of success. Ideas are abundant, but results are scarce because most people never act consistently. Here's a reality check you need to hear. Most failures are not caused by a lack of resources, knowledge, or talent. They are caused by inaction. People know what they should do. They understand the strategies, and yet they procrastinate. They allow fear, uncertainty, and distractions to delay their execution. The focused individual, however, refuses to wait for the perfect moment because they understand that perfection is a trap. They move decisively, adjust along the way, and let action create clarity. Every day of deliberate action strengthens their momentum, sharpens their skills, and brings them closer to the life they envision. Let me give you a hook that will change your perspective. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It is the willingness to act with focused intensity. Action without focus is scattered and ineffective. Focus without action is wasted potential. But when action and focus converge, you become unstoppable. The focused person does not dabble in multiple goals, nor do they chase every opportunity that appears. They identify what is most important, commit fully, and execute relentlessly, even when challenges arise. Another key truth is that execution creates feedback, and feedback creates growth. The focused individual learns faster because they are doing. They are testing, adjusting, and improving with every step. This creates an exponential effect that the distracted, passive, or hesitant person can never match. And here's a hook that will stick with you. Your results are directly proportional to the quality and consistency of your focused action. Every hour you spend executing with clarity and intensity compounds into wealth, influence, and freedom. Every hour spent scattered or distracted compounds into regret, frustration, and stagnation. Ask yourself right now, are you taking action that aligns with your highest priorities, or are you busy with tasks that yield no meaningful results? The focused person knows that results are not accidental. They are earned through daily choices, consistent effort, and undivided attention. Execution is the bridge that connects vision to reality, and without it, your potential will remain untapped. Every day you act with focus, you are building a future that reflects your dreams, your ambition, and your discipline.